Hit rock bottom? Good. Now you know where to start. I was broke, out of shape, and full of excuses. No one cared, and why should they? The day I said enough was the day that things changed forever. Stop pitying yourself and start taking control. Man, those pitfalls, the bottom of the mountain, the bottom of the mountain, rock bottom, that taught me more than the mountaintops, bro. It did, because if I just placed myself, or if God placed me on the mountaintops and I somehow had access to the life that I'm living now and everything that I'm doing and everything that I'm grateful for, which isn't even the highest mountaintop yet, right? But just land me on one of those peaks, right? There's no way I'm gonna understand how I got here, the work that I put in to get here. There's no way I'm gonna treat my life the way that I treat my life now. Here's another example, right? And it's no shame if it is. Everybody's born with different cards. I wasn't born with this, with these cards. But let's say your parents buy you a car. They were just able to get you a car, right? Will you appreciate that car as much as if you had to go out there and get it yourself? I think some would, especially if they see how hard their parents work. But I do think that most wouldn't, right? Because it's just a different feeling when you have to put the work in yourself to get the results that you're looking for. So nobody could just magically place us to the mountaintop and place us in a better life or in a better light. We have to earn that. We have to suffer for that. And that's why it means so much to me being able to be where I'm at today, which still is the very beginning of my life. I haven't even reached nowhere yet, but it means a lot that I'm where I'm at. I'm grateful because I put the work in. I had to have strong faith. I had to believe that I would get here. Most importantly, I had to suffer to get here, right? Everyone has to sacrifice something. I don't believe you should sacrifice your health. I don't believe you should sacrifice the positive relationships in your life. But the one thing that we did have to sacrifice in order to reach the peaks of the mountaintop is you have to sacrifice the feeling of comfortability. There's nothing comfortable about suffering. There's nothing comfortable about leveling up in your life. But when you do level up, you get more comfortable, right? You get access to more comfort because of the work that you did yesterday. And you have to think of that. You have to understand, okay, I'm not going to suffer forever. I'm just suffering now for a better life. Instead of me choosing to be comfortable now, I want to choose to be comfortable later, right? I want to put the work in now so I can live a better life later. And that's what it means to be purpose driven. A lot of people are not purpose driven for real because a lot of people are not willing to sacrifice comfort, right? Comfort has to be sacrificed in order for us to reach the next levels in our life. I'm sorry. It has to be. You can't be comfortable and win. You can't be comfortable and reach the next level. What have you sacrificed to get here? Have you suffered enough? That's the question. And a lot of people think that they've suffered enough and they believe that they are deserving of the life that they truly want. And I'll second that and I'll say, maybe you have suffered enough. And that's a sign that your blessings are on the way. They are right there on the horizon. You just have to suffer a little bit more. You have to suffer a little bit more. I was talking to our brothers in the Discord, our purpose-driven Discord. The link will be in the channel description. There's over 1,000 of us in there. We're having a voice chat and someone asked me, what does it mean to be a man-child? Because I made a video on being a man-child and that's how a lot of people found my channel. And, I told him, I said, hey, brother, to me, what it means to be a man-child is a man who doesn't have goals, who is not willing to play the game of decades, longevity, right? We're not going to get everything that we want right away, brother. It has to take time. It's going to take patience. It's going to take suffering. And if you're not willing to suffer, and if you're not willing to work towards your goals, then you miss the whole point of what it means to be purpose-driven. You have to be willing to suffer. And you have to be willing to do that for a long period of time, because it's a lifestyle to be purpose driven, to aim for greatness, and to be 1% better each day. Now, there's still ways in which we can enjoy our life. Life is to be enjoyed. You know, going out for walks, appreciating life, appreciating the life that you have right now, being grateful for where you're at, but also working towards more and more and more. Because when you're stagnant, you know, that's the cousin of death. Being too stagnant, being too comfortable. You should always want to aim for more. And that doesn't mean that you're not grateful for what you already have, but aim for more in something, maybe more time, so you can give back time to your loved ones, your family. You can go ahead and see them. Things like that are very important. Goals to reach is what drives our human nature. That's what keeps us alive. That's what keeps us going. So you have to be willing to sacrifice the temporary fun, the temporary pleasure, put in the hard work. And that's exactly what I believe you guys have been doing, right? I hope so. Because without suffering, there will be no success. And this is going to sound crazy, but you can also enjoy the suffering. Never forget that feeling. Be in the moment with that feeling. You may not love the feeling, you may not like the feeling, but you can find ways to enjoy that feeling, because deep down, you know that this is a feeling that you need in order to have growth. You need the suffering in order to see growth. When I'm in a gym and the weights hurt so bad, I mean, so bad, I feel so great, because I know that I'm putting my body through this stress and through this pain so I can see the gains that I want to see. Right? I'm putting my body through struggle, through pain, through hardship, because I know through the struggle is where you'll find the success. I know that that's the only way to truly see growth, exponential growth. Some people buy their way to the top. Some people sacrifice things that they should not be sacrificing, like their health, their relationships with their family and friends, to make it to the top. I'm just willing to suffer like hell. I'm obsessed. I'm willing to suffer to make it to the top. I still want to take care of my health. I want to make sure that I'm taking care of my family, you know, that I'm communicating with my family, you know, keeping up these relationships. But I'm willing to suffer to make it to my destination. I'm willing to go through the toughest battles that God can give me to make it to my destination. I'm willing to sacrifice comfortability to make it to my destination, because I believe that suffering is the essence of success. To be disciplined, to be consistent is suffering. Life, as Buddha put it, is suffering. Life is suffering, right? So without suffering, you're not truly living life. Life is not peaches and ice cream. Life is tough. Life is real. Everyone watching has their own story, their own background. They've been through their own trials and tribulations. I know that life is not easy for you guys, right? But you're still standing and you're still marching and you're still moving forward for a better life. You should be super proud of yourself, because I'm proud of you. So of course, suffering is necessary, but on another scale, suffering is life. Suffering is what connects all of us. I know what it's like to lose a family member. Most likely, you know what it's like to lose a family member or a loved one. Our suffering has connected us in ways that we never knew we could be connected. Suffering connects us. I know what it's like to work hard for something. You know what it's like to work hard for something. Our suffering in that pursuit of a better life, of a better something. You know, I suffered a lot. I suffered a lot in life, man. And that doesn't mean that I didn't live a good life. I lived a good life, glory to God. And a lot of credit to my mother. But I ain't even talking about that. I'm just saying in general. Tough times, figuring things out, people not believing in me, taking a risk on myself, taking a chance on myself, doing things that people haven't seen before. So they don't encourage you to do it. You know what I mean? They don't encourage you to follow your dreams. We live in a society that doesn't encourage you to follow your goals and dreams. They encourage you to just do the practical thing. And that's very different on this channel. I always tell you to go after your goals and dreams and do the practical thing if you have to fund your goals and dreams. But you should be working towards your goals and dreams at least 1 hour a day, just given to you and what you want to do with your life. You have to figure that out, have to figure out what your purpose is, right? So, it's very different from the real world advice that you'll get. I'm just going to be honest with you. Everyone's going to tell you to not follow your heart, to not follow your goals, to not follow your dreams, because they weren't able to follow their goals, to follow their heart, or to follow their dreams. They had to do what they had to do in order to make it to where they're at. But that's not the only way to make it. And a lot of the times they feel like that's the only way to make it because that's how they made it. And so don't worry too much about what other people are trying to project on you. At the end of the day, I want y'all to focus on who you are. I want you to focus on your dreams. I want y'all to focus on your goals, and just know that when you are highlighting your goals and dreams, when you are going after that, you're going to suffer more because it's the harder thing to do. It's easy to just go out here and get a job, which it really isn't. It really isn't easy. I've applied to many jobs before in my lifetime, never got accepted. Always had to carve out my own path. And I'm very grateful for that, right? But that's the harder thing to do. It's easy to apply for a job. Let's put it that way. It's easy to do what you're told. It's harder to put the power back in your hand and say, how am I going to do this? Like, that's some real life hard stuff. And a lot of our goals and dreams are not easy. It's not easy. Even if your goal and dream is to build up in your career or whatever you want to do, when you're following your purpose, your heart, your goals, it's not easy. I know people who want to do music. They've reached out to me, asked me for advice, just, should I pursue it? I'm like, hell yeah. You got this one life. It's written on your heart. God gave you that dream for a reason. I really believe that. Just know that when you are going after your dreams, because that's what you're truly going after, and you truly want to be successful with that, if you're really doing it, bro, it's going to be so hard. It's going to be so hard. But guess what? It's going to be so worth it. It's going to be worth it. It's going to be worth it, man. It's going to be worth it so much, man. So much. It's going to be worth it so much. So that's my belief, right? Like, that's what I believe. I believe that it's going to be worth it. I really do. I really believe it's going to be worth it. But you have to believe that it's going to be worth it. And you got to be obsessed with that goal, with that dream that you have. And you just have to go after it. Every single day, you have a chance to be better. You have to take that chance. You can't waste it. You can't waste life. You can't waste the opportunity of life. You can't waste it. You got to be grateful for it. And in order to show gratitude, you got to be willing to go through the struggle. You got to be willing to go through the fire. We're diamonds, and we all know the saying. Diamonds are built under pressure. It just is. A lot of great things are molded by difficulty, by trials and tribulations. So what makes you different when your value is worth way more than gold, way more than diamonds? Your value on, your life is so precious. We can't even measure it. It's just right now we know we're alive. Our heart is beating. Our health is okay for us to wake up another day and do this all over again. For us to experience this moment right now, all of us, interacting, watching this video together, having a conversation right now, You can't put a price on moments like that. You can't put a price on life. So if you're worth more than all the riches on earth, and your life is priceless, which means it's so valuable that you can't put a price on it, what makes you think that you're not going to go through some pressure, some trials, and some tribulations as well? Right? Just like a plant, you got to throw dirt on that plant for it to grow. There's a lot of dirt that's been thrown on me, and I had to rise above it. I had to grow. A lot of dirt that's been thrown on my name, a lot of dirt that's been thrown on my character in life. I've been through that. A lot of dirt, but I've grown through it because I was always that plant, that seed. You know, people didn't know my potential, but you had to throw dirt on that seed in order for it to grow, right? God provided the water. He provided the sunlight. The struggle was the dirt. But we rise above that dirt and we become something so much more beautiful. And that's what life is about. You got to understand, you got dirt on you right now. Don't just stay in the dirt. Grow past the dirt. Y'all trying to stay in the dirt. Why are you trying to stay in the dirt? Roll around in the dirt, sink in the dirt. One day we will all be in the dirt. We'll die. But right now you have an opportunity to rise above that dirt, to rise above the struggle, the pain, the hardships. You just got to keep going. You just got to keep going. You ever seen a seed? You know how hard this shell is, right? Think about it. Think about a plant that's growing out of that seed. It has to make it past that hard shell that's in the soil. Everything works out, yeah, but the shell of that seed starts to soften. The plant starts to break through because the seed itself starts to crack open and allow space for the plant to grow. You'll see opportunities in your life, very similar things will start to happen for you because that's what's going on. Life is happening for you. It's not happening to you. It's happening for you to evolve, to grow, to get better, to be the best version of yourself. Life is evolving to help you evolve. Life will be forever changing to help you change and blossom into the person that you're supposed to be. So we are supposed to go through struggle. We are supposed to go through pain. We are supposed to go through trials and tribulations. But through that struggle, we break through. Through that struggle, we evolve, we ascend, we get better and better and better. We get greater and greater and greater because we're purpose driven, so we don't quit. I'm not quitting. I'm just getting started. I'm fired up. Like I'm fired up, bro. Like I'm truly just getting started. I was talking to my brothers yesterday and in the Discord. And, I said, y'all see, I'm still dropping a video a day. I've been doing this now for almost a year. I'm still dropping a video a day every single day. I haven't missed a day. Right. And why is that? It's because there's something in me. I'm hungry. I'm hungry. It ain't even about success. It ain't about none of that. All of that comes with what I'm about to say, but I'm hungry to be on my purpose. To be on my purpose. I just X'd something, tweeted something. The platform is now called X. I also screenshotted it and I put it on the Instagram. Y'all probably have no chance in hell to see this because the white light, y'all not gonna see that. I'll read it for you. If you're truly grateful for life, you'll stop procrastinating and do the things you know you need to do. Your dedication or lack of dedication to your purpose is your greatest test of gratitude. So why am I so hungry to drop a video a day? Why am I so hungry to, be consistent? Why am I so hungry to be on my purpose? It's because essentially I'm grateful for life. That's me showing my gratitude to God. I believe in God, right? That's me showing my gratitude that Thank you, God, for giving me life. And that's just me showing gratitude to life itself. Like, man, I'm really here. My heart's really beating and I'm truly grateful. So it doesn't really feel like work. It just feels like life. Like I'm just going to keep going because I'm grateful to even be here. Truly, I am grateful to be alive. I cannot tell you how to create this gratitude. You have to create that gratitude for yourself. I think what helps is understanding that one day we will die and like truly grasping that, truly understanding that one day you will just not be here anymore. I've been to enough funerals to understand that one person, one day they could look like this and the next day they look like this. And, death is real. Death is very real. And I've seen it. And so when you come face to face with your loved ones that was once here with you and they no longer here, and you want to procrastinate and you don't want to be on your purpose and you don't want to go after your goals and dreams, I'm not here to shame you, but I'm here to remind you, what the hell are you doing with your life? We could do whatever we want right now to help push our purpose forward, to give back to others, to do something positive in the world. What are you actually doing with your life? Why are you wasting it? Why are you doing the things that you should not be doing? You have to create a better life for yourself. You got to put the work in. There's no way around it. The work has to be done. And the work gets done because you appreciate life, because you understand that one day you will not be here anymore. And once you understand that, you're truly grateful for life. There's no room for ego to live. There's no room for pride to take over. You're just doing what you love to do. And you're being the best human being that you can be. And you're just grateful to be here. And that's my burning desire, to be the best version of myself, to be consistent, to go to the gym, to build my relationship with the Creator. It all comes back down to gratitude. I don't know how I got here, bro. I don't. God knew my name before I came to earth, so I was alive before I came to earth. But I don't remember anything before this. And many of you guys don't either. You were just born. No recollection of how you got here. Your parents met each other and they hopefully loved each other enough to create life. So you were made out of love. And you're here to spread love. Not to be a robot, not to be an NPC, a non-player character. Not to just float around and do what other people want you to do. No, you're here to figure out what you want to do. You're here to figure out your purpose. Because if you look up the definition of what it means to be born, you'll be shocked. It's to be skilled enough to do a particular job or task. And that's where we get the saying, you were born for this. Because truly, some people were truly born for this. The same way that I know I was born for this. Not for what anybody else wants for my life. And there's some pretty cool things that people want me to do. Politics, law school, I already went to college, but they want me to, do more college, And I love everybody, truthfully. I love everybody. People want me to go into corporate, get a job, stability. I'm an entrepreneur, This is what I do. You just got to figure out what's for you, bro. Like, this is the realest talk that I think we've ever had on this channel. You just gotta really figure out what the hell you want to do with your life. Excuse my language, but it's true. There's a lot of people just living life mindlessly. And again, you don't know how you got here, but you're here. That should make you grateful for life. Be grateful to be here, to experience this, whatever this is. Be happy about it. Live in the moment more, smile more. You're alive. Smile more. The other day I made amends with somebody. I was like, man, I gotta call this person because I don't think we ended off on the right foot. I don't think we ended off on the wrong foot either. We just wasn't communicating. And this was a good person that was in my life at the time. And I have no, bad blood with this particular person. But I called and I let that person know. I'm like, yo, life's too short. I just want you to know that I'm wishing you the best. There's no hate in my heart. Got love for you. Always will. God bless you, and I hope your family is good. And that was the main message. You got to make amends with people. You have to, bro. Like, we're on earth to suffer. Suffering is necessary. And also, like, what do you learn from that? You learn that life is finite and one day you will die. And so, yes, life is suffering, but it's also what you do with that. You see what I'm saying? How you can make the best of that. So if a relationship with somebody suffered, clean it up. Be grateful for that experience. Let that person know you don't have hate in your heart and move forward. We don't do that enough. We don't forgive. But we want to have blessings come into our life, but we don't practice the healthy habits that we should be practicing. Whatever that looks like for you. You want to take your health serious? Start going to the gym, like, for real. Like, get a gym membership. It's $5 at Planet Fitness, probably 10. I think Crunch is 10. Planet Fitness, you can start with 5 and get your first month like free or something. I don't know. Cheap. And just keep showing up every day. And if you have no money, we've all been there. We've all been there. It's okay. Get on the floor and do push-ups. Today. Like, right after this video. Like, go for a walk. Like, go for an actual walk. I'll try to show you something on my screen again, knowing that you probably won't see it, but hopefully you see it. And so I'll show you guys how much I walked yesterday. And of course, yesterday was yesterday. Today's today. We focus on each day, but I want to show you guys because first thing I do usually in my day is make videos. So I haven't really took steps yet. But here you go. This was yesterday. Okay. Yesterday was, can we get this to focus? Yeah, so as you guys can see, it was 21,000 steps yesterday, and I just did what I could. I put the work in, man. So let's end it off here. I just want to say that I really, really appreciate you guys. I want y'all to know that there's no coincidences in life. Everything is happening to you for a reason. Everything that you're going through, there's a reason. It's your story. You're building up your story. And how do you want your story to end? How do you want your story to be? How do you want the chapters to be? You don't want it to end in a bad way. You don't want to be 90 and you look back and it's like, man, I didn't really live the life that I wanted to live. I want you guys to be able to look back no matter what age you are and be proud of the decisions that you've made. Be proud of the day-to-day, the journey. The journey is what really matters. What you overcome, that is what success really is. It's about overcoming the difficulties, the struggle, the hard times. That's what life is all about, overcoming those things. That's what makes you a warrior. That's what makes you strong. And that's what makes you worthy of so much respect, man. And I think a lot of you guys have been through a lot and just keep going. The best advice I've gotten when I was going through hell was to keep going through hell. And then one day it just won't be hell anymore. And it was really great advice. And I lend that advice to you guys. And I want you guys to know that going through hell is necessary. You know, going through struggle and pain is necessary. You know, if you don't know what it feels like to struggle, then you won't know what heaven really feels like. You won't know what success feels like. You won't know what life is trying to teach you. You know, you don't know the positives if you don't know the negatives. You don't appreciate the highs if you haven't gone through the lows. So everything is for a reason. And, you know, there's a reason that we're talking right now. You know, make sure that you have gratitude in your heart. Make sure that you're living a good life, a righteous life. And I just pray that life blesses you, that God blesses you. And, you know, just keep going, man. So appreciate y'all for watching. Y'all are my brothers. And we are almost at 100K. And when we reach 100K, I will be dropping these hats. And obviously, YouTube videos last forever. And so probably by the time you're watching this, the hats are already live. And so I hope you guys get a purpose-driven hat. Again, I appreciate y'all. I love y'all. And I'll see y'all very, 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 very soon. Obviously, we make a video every single day. So, yeah, peace, man.